China's President Xi Jinping paid an unexpected visit to Xinjiang last week. It was his second visit in 8 years to the region where Chinese authorities have ramped up their repression of Uyghurs and other Turkic minorities since 2017, detaining up to 1.8 million people in internment camps. China faces allegations of severe human rights abuses, torture, and forced labor, as well as the eradication of linguistic, cultural, and religious traditions. China has been carrying out a policy of Sinicization in Xinjiang. It has been accused of carrying out a genocide against the Uyghur population, along with using the local Muslim population as a source of slave labor. It appears that before this year's Communist Party Congress, Xi is projecting himself as the leader who is successfully restoring order in China's troubled territories, where the Hans are not in majority. Xi's 4-day visit focused on projecting that Xinjiang had become united and stable under his leadership. After his last visit in 2014, Xi set in motion drastic policies including widespread arrests, surveillance, indoctrination, and labor transfers to press the region's Uyghurs and other largely Muslim ethnic groups to identify as members of one Chinese nation loyal to the Communist Party. US has declared that the Chinese government's actions amount to a genocide and crimes against humanity. The US has even banned the import of Xinjiang manufactured goods to the country. Very few Islamic countries have spoken up for the Uyghurs so far. Turkey is the only notable exception. Xi's visit is possibly a signal to the international community that the criticism does not bother the Chinese Communist Party and the policies aimed to Sinicize Xinjiang will continue. Xi said, "Every ethnic group in Xinjiang is an inseparable member of the great family of Chinese nationhood. We must particularly treasure the excellent conditions of stability and unity." He also stressed that Islam in China must be Chinese in orientation. A Munich-based World Uyghur Congress noted that the last time the Chinese leader traveled to that region, he laid out the system that would be responsible for the ongoing Uyghur genocide. President of the World Uyghur Congress, Dolkun Isa, said, "This means even darker days are coming for Uyghurs. The international community cannot turn a blind eye to this." A senior fellow at the Australian Defence College who researches Xinjiang, Michael Clark, said, "They have ensured security and stability, and they are well on their way toward accomplishing longer-term objective, which is cultural assimilation." Relations between the Uyghurs and Hans has been fraught since the Chinese Communist Party took control of Xinjiang in 1949. Currently, out of Xinjiang's 26 million residents, Uyghurs account for 42% and Hans account for 24%. Uyghurs are a Turkic group with their heritage quite similar to other Central Asian nationalities. When Xi visited Xinjiang in 2014, Uyghur militants had stabbed more than 150 people at a train station in southwest China that led to 31 deaths. Militants also detonated a bomb in Urumqi that killed one bystander. This event reinforced Xi's demands to redouble control over Xinjiang. He directed the Chinese state to begin an all-out struggle against terrorism, infiltration, and separatism. As a part of that policy goal set by Xi Jinping, the authorities put the region under tight surveillance, destroyed mosques, stepped up birth control measures for Muslim women, and placed children in boarding schools. However, much has changed now, it seems. Xi was seen waving at cheering crowds of Uyghur and Han residents. He spoke to students in the region's main university and also admired cotton grown by the Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps. Xi Jinping is set to take a third 5-year term as the party general secretary during this year's Communist Party Congress.